Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase, pricing, and availability questions concerning this watch. Today, we're discussing a 2017 limited edition of 50 pieces in DLC black and steel and titanium from Urwerk. This is the UR-105 CT Streamliner. Inspired by the Urwerk co-founders' early experience with the Art Deco style of New York City, this is also a throwback to the original 1997 watches, as this model, coming out in 2017, marked the 20th anniversary of the Urwerk manufacture. So, how does it fit? Well, it's unconventionally sized, 39.5 millimeters across. I measure it end to end, 53 millimeters. And then, when viewed end on, 18.4 millimeters thick. So, what does that mean? Well, it means that the watch needs to be seen to be understood, and it needs to be worn to truly assess the fit. So you can see on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, the watch is unusually shaped, but somehow, despite being stark and massive, it doesn't appear ungainly. It definitely looks like a gadget. It definitely stands out, but for all the right reasons. It looks as exotic as it is, and that's why you buy an Urwerk. You don't buy an Urwerk because what you really want is a JLC Master Ultra Thin manual wind. You buy an Urwerk because you want a time machine on your wrist, and I mean that in every sense. This watch is one hell of a throwback. Not just to the Art Deco style of New York City from the 1930s and 40s, but also to the wandering hours complication from Renaissance-era clocks. Now, my wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, so you get a good sense of its size. I'd recommend it for wrists my size and larger. Taking a look at the strap, this is actually not the original strap that came with the watch. It is a Urwerk factory strap, but it is a later edition. This is a strap that launched on the UR-220 Falcon project, which introduced Urwerk to rubber straps. So we have a combination of rubber here and Velcro for sizing it. And I actually do like the UR-220 Falcon project strap on this watch. It's more comfortable, and thanks to the Velcro, you have an infinite range of adjustments within the span of the Velcro pad. So you're never going to find yourself in between holes and sized in between like you can with a regular strap. Also, they have this treatment called Volcarbone on the bottom, and it looks and feels like velvet, but it is also rubber. We have a little loop for looping the Velcro end, and then you can see that the strap is held to the case using screws and bars, so it's going to stay put. This is a combination of titanium and steel, and you can see that we have this wonderful cabriolet style top. It's a pop top, and the top has strakes and facets designed to evoke the top of the Chrysler Building or maybe the lobby of the Empire State Building. It is a beautiful tribute to the skyline of New York City. And you can see inside the wandering hours that I mentioned. Now, of course, the way this works is it digitally represents the time. So I'm going to demonstrate that in a little bit greater detail. Pop the top. Martin Fry is the designer of Urwerk watches, and the style is his. The watchmaking is Felix Baumgartner. He took the star wheel complication that was brought to the watch world in 1991 by Audemars Piguet. He made it more durable by replacing the star and spring system on the star wheel with a Maltese cross system to force the issue and rotate the carousels of the digital indicator. As a result, this system is a lot more robust and less maintenance intensive than AP's. So you're looking at 1:30. The outgoing hour exits stage left, the oncoming hour enters stage right. So now it is exactly 2 o'clock. And then we have a little running seconds display down there because this is a Zenith Elite base movement. You do actually have a stop seconds function. You can see when I push this crown back down, that little scrolling minute will resume its operation. Now, the watch does have lume, and I'm going to show you how much. It's actually quite well loomed. And you can see that not only is the carousel loomed, not only is the time scale loomed, but the running seconds is loomed, and then there's a power reserve indicator off to the right for the 48-hour automatic winding power reserve of the watch. Okay. Demonstrate that in the light so you have a better understanding of what the power reserve looks like right there. And let you appreciate that the power reserve is also loomed. And I gotta say, it is a lot of fun to play with this watch in the day, but it is even more fun to play with it in the dark. And popping the top also serves a practical function. In addition to looking cool, it allows the light to energize all of those other hours. So the Urwerk watchmaking is on top. There's also a little bit of it on the bottom, where we have this pneumatic turbine system that is geared to the winding rotor of the Zenith Elite base. So, by the way, take a look, a nice serial number to have out of 50. This is numero uno. And then we have the system on the back that allows you to lock the winding system. If you're super active and you think you might overtax it, you can lock it down. And then if maybe you are looking to restrict it from hyperactive winding, but you need a little bit, maybe your activity level is intermediate, well, then you can put it in the middle. And if you're very sedentary, you work at a desk like me, you can put it at full released winding efficiency and allow those little pneumatic turbines to spin, spin, spin. But this system operates by blocking off the air supply through the turbines, which in turn will slow or speed up the winding rotor. So it does wind via the Zenith base, unidirectional winding, 4 Hz beat rate. It has the power reserve indicator, the stop seconds, the carousel time display. And this goes by the name of the Urwerk caliber 5.03, and it actually has 52 joules when you consider that the basic Zenith has 26 or 27, depending on the application. You realize how much manufacturer watchmaking Felix Baumgartner has placed on top of that automatic base, in addition to the unique winding efficiency pneumatic turbine regulator. All this is 30 meters water resistant, so very sporty, but you don't want to swim with it. This is a watch that simply drips with personality. Very few companies have design language as strong and striking and instantly recognizable as Urwerk, and this watch right here is a great example of that. Reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.